A few years ago, I was looking for a pot still rum that had a lot of character, that I could buy barrels and bottle in the U.S. or bottle in the Caribbean. But bottling rum in the Caribbean presents a lot of challenges. First, you have to get the bottles down there and the labels, and the logistics of it are pretty daunting. So I decided to go to St. Lucia. I'd looked at drunk a lot of the St. Lucian rums. They have 4 different stills there. They have a column still, a Vendome pot still, a John Doerr pot still, and another hybrid pot still. And I went to St. Lucia. I'm very familiar with the people there. My first trip was there in '93 to the distillery. And I started looking for rums that I could bottle as just straight single-age pot still rum. Today, this is a 5-year-old St. Lucian pot still rum. This was distilled in 2009, and I have a batch number 50115. This one was bottled in January of 2015, and it's 5 years old. And everything in here is 5 years old. There were about 5 barrels that went into this. There were about 120, about 100 cases were bottled. Being a 180 liter barrel, roughly 180 liters, you get about 20 cases per barrel. So 5 cases, you get about 100 cases. This bottle, everything in here was distilled and aged in St. Lucia. I brought the casks in. If you go to the website, Ministry of Rum or Caribbean-Spirits.com, enter the batch number 50115, you will come up with all the details. It'll show you pictures of the still, pictures of the route, the ships that brought it in, even the bill of lading from a previous importation that I did last year, a couple of years ago. But it shows you the details, and then it shows you the people that were actually siphoning the rum out of the barrels, putting it into the bottles, and it'll show you all the barrels of rum, pictures of the barrels that went into this. If you have any more need for more information, you can contact me. I'm real easy to find, ed@ministryofrum.com. But this is a 5-year-old St. Lucian pot still batch, and then I also did a 7, 8, 9, and 10-year-old. All of these are batches, and there were a number of barrels, 4 to about 7 barrels went into each one of these batches. In addition to that, I chose 2 barrels of 7, 2 barrels of 8, 2 barrels of 9-year-old that I bottled as single cask rum, and it's single age, single cask. Now all of these casks were topped off at the distillery, and part of the process when you import is you tell customs what the volume and the proof is in your container. Being a 180 liter barrel, it's very difficult to tell them, okay, this is a 180 liter barrel, but we've only got 100 liters in here. You're much safer to fill the barrel. So I selected a number of barrels in St. Lucia. They were topped off and they were shipped to me. Once they arrived here, I selected which ones were going to be single barrel. So even though these barrels that were single barrel were just 1 barrel in the States, they were topped off in St. Lucia, and then the rum sat in those barrels about 7-8 months before they were actually bottled. So all those different barrels, there were only a couple of different barrels in each one. They got to marry, and then it was bottled as a single cask here. It is truly a single cask, and on the website you can see a picture of that barrel and how many times that barrel was filled in St. Lucia and other details about the barrel. All these are bottled at cask strength. There's no water added. There's no filtration other than about a 4 or 5 micron filter to take out big particles of charcoal that may have come out of the barrel. But the proof ranges from about 118 to about 135 proof. So these aren't for the lighthearted rum drinker. I chose the Vendome pot still because of the flavor profile. The fermented wash is made from molasses from Guyana, which has a very high residual sugar content, and and that molasses is imported to St. Lucia. It's fermented for about 3 days, and then it's distilled in the Vendome pot still to about 82% alcohol. From there, it's aged in used American bourbon and whiskey barrels. Under 5 years old, I found the rum to be a little green. At 3 years, I couldn't drink it. I didn't want to drink it. But after 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, it was a pretty good rum. I liked it a lot. So I zoomed in on that Vendome pot still more than five or more years. At 9 years, the oakiness of the wood was starting to take over, but I found a few barrels at 10-year-old that the wood wasn't overpowering to a point to make it undesirable. So I was able to bottle some 10-year-old of this as well. The goal in all of this was to be 100% transparent and authentic and documented. So when you pick up a bottle of this rum or any of my Hamilton rums, you can go on the website, put in the batch number, or find it on the website. And in the case of the Demerara rums, the Demerara River rums, you can put in the, you can find them online and get details on them. In these, you can see actual pictures of the barrels and the people that made this rum. I'm very proud of it. I know you're going to enjoy it. It's not for everyone, but if somebody's looking for an authentic rum that's 100% transparent and documented, here you go. And the price is right. The most expensive, the 10-year-old, is under $85 on a retail shelf. Considering what other rums from St. Lucia cost, it's a pretty good value. I'm proud of them. I hope you enjoy them.